They are a dying breed in the NBA these days, the pure jump shooter. But one of the purest of all times was Eddie Johnson, who grew up playing basketball on the streets of Chicago. He became a high school All-American and then starred at the University of Illinois. All the while, Eddie knowing that you don't need to command or demand the basketball in order to score points. Eddie then took his sweet J to the NBA, played for 5 different teams, amassed over 19,000 points in his illustrious NBA career. Eddie averaged nearly 20 points per game, 47% from the field, 84% from the free throw line. Players today would love to have those kind of numbers. In fact, Eddie Johnson won the NBA's Top 6 Man Award back in 1989 with the Phoenix Suns. It was with the Suns that he also scored 43 points in the second half alone against the LA Clippers, most of the damage done with that lethal jump shot. One of Eddie's former teammates, Reggie Miller, one of the all-time great three-point shooters in NBA history, once said, "If you want somebody with textbook form, follow-through, and accuracy, Eddie Johnson is the man." And now the man to help you with your shot is the man who put the J in jump shot, EJ Eddie Johnson.
Rockets still have 10 seconds left. Maloney saves it. Over to Mario Elie. Eddie Johnson puts up a quick shot. Oh! Off the glass! What an impossible shot by Eddie Johnson! 2 seconds left. Brandon puts it up and misses. But Eddie Johnson invents a shot at the end of the first half. Oh, is he a magician?
The first thing you got to do is get the ball inbound.
Drexler outside, Maloney, Johnson at the buzzer. Good!
Well, because I think I have a good story, and all of us do, okay? And the purpose of this is to really put you in position to build your story. And I think I really do. And so I want to share my story with you. I want to share it with you, and then we're going to get to the result and understand why I got to where I did. You know, and all of us are going through that right now. I'm known for being the highest scoring NBA player in the history of the NBA to never make an all-star team. Now, I don't know how good that sounds. Okay? I grew up in a single-parent household. She is mom and dad to me. So she celebrates. She's got a lot of celebrations going on during the year. She gets a Mother's Day card and a Father's Day card. In my prime. Oh, gee. Don't ask me about the suit, okay? But remember, Eddie Johnson is my public name. Eddie Johnson is my public name. That's the name. If you go to my neighborhood, if you come in my house, you don't hear Eddie. You hear Piggy. That's my nickname. That's my nickname. Now, I don't know where my mom got that suit from. I really didn't know what was going on until I saw my mom sitting in front of the TV crying. Okay, then I saw my brother crying, who never cried. And then I saw my auntie and my grandmother. And so I started to understand why. Now, you know, when your eyes are open as a kid, you want to find out, right? And so I wanted to find out. And this guy's had so many quotes. But the one thing I understood, because they would show his speech every day after he passed away, right? After he got assassinated. You know, they show his I Have a Dream speech. And, you know, as you continue to listen to it and you listen to it, the one thing you get out of it is dream, right? Because that's what I was doing anyway as a little kid. I was dreaming all the time. And it made sense to me. And that's why that speech is so powerful, because it makes sense to everybody, because we all dream. Whether we're awake or whether we're asleep. And so when I saw this quote, it said, all progress is precarious and the solution of one problem brings us face to face with another problem. And we face this in everything that we do, right? You face it in your work every day, right? You think you got it going on and it's smooth, and then something pops up.
This guy right here, my first start in the NBA, first start. This dude, and they warned me about him. Boston Garden, Cotton said, I'm starting you tonight, Eddie. I was playing well my rookie year. And I'm like, but all the veterans were warning me about him. Said, look, just don't listen to him. Just don't listen to him. Because he talks junk. Just let him alone. Don't say nothing. I'm from Chicago. Yeah, right? Mark, stand up. Just turn away from me. Just bend over, like touch your knees. So no, you okay? Don't worry. No, come here. I was getting on the bus the next morning. Cotton was sitting on the bus. He said, "Why are you getting on the bus?" I said, he said, "No, you've been waived. Get off the bus." I wasn't waived. I walked away. He said, "Get on the bus." I did not play for the next 16 games. I went from starting to not playing for 16 games because I let Larry Bird get under my skin, and I lost track of what our team was supposed to do and got individual and got away from the team. I don't know this song. I didn't know it. I didn't know this song. Who all knows this song? You know this song? Who knows it? Come here. Come here. Who else knows it? Come on.
You make a grown man cry. You make a grown man cry. You make a grown man cry.
We call my brother Mikey. My brother here is JJ. There's Biggie. And that's the oldest right there, and his name is Bunny. It's kind of funny. He got to a point in his life, because I think he's 62 right now. He got a point in his life, I don't want to be called Bunny anymore. I'm like, we've been calling you Bunny for 50 years, man. I can't change it. Darren is my name. Okay, Bunny. I think all of us can pick times in our life where we can be grateful that we're still here. Could you agree? 3 occurrences in my life, and I always talk about it because when I talk about testimonies, this is it. First one is, and I'll go quickly on, I don't like to talk about it. First one is, we thought somebody was breaking in our home one time, and we called the police. And so, I don't know, I'm running down the stairs to let the police in, right? I'm running down the stairs to let the police in, open the door, boom. I had it cocked. And he was shaking. 21, 22 years old. I mean, just shaking. I said, why do you have that gun in my head? Shut up, don't move. I'm like, I live here. Shut up, don't move. I mean, he was shaking. I don't know what stopped him from holding off, shooting that gun. He didn't want to be a policeman, obviously. You get me? He wasn't ready for that. But I tell people about that because how many times that somebody's pulled the trigger?
The worst day at that point in time, one of the worst days of my life. I was in Utah when I heard that. I couldn't even play the game that night. Couldn't do it. If you know this guy, he's one of the most unselfish, giving guys you ever want to meet. That day devastated me because back then we had no idea. We had no idea. Normally when we heard that, we said, oh, he's going to be gone. Those are the most important people to me, right there. Starts right there with my son and my daughter. I'll die for them. That's what makes me strong. They knew automatically, okay? And then 25 years coming up this year. So I guess that was the right one. Huh? I guess that was the right one. But what tops it off, and I'll end it with this, is my mom is still here, 80 years old. Thank you.
You end up in jail, you end up dead. That's it. That's the perception. So that's the fight. That's the battle I had. That's the battle I had. And I fought it every day. I'm telling you, I fought it every day. Bigger than me, and I was still trying to learn how to fight. I kept my guards down too low. He was pummeling my face, right? So, and my brothers on the porch, they kind of laughing about it, right? This dude, was messing me up, right? I'm dancing around, he just boom, boom, right? So my sister said, I got enough of this. And so she walked downstairs, true story. She walked downstairs, she said, you want some of me? Take you too. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, he had to call his mama, his daddy. She was beating the stew out of him. This guy over here is the reason why I'm in the NBA. He's the reason. Because of his failure. His failure to make it. That's why I made it. He was better than me. Much better. Much better. His nickname in high school was Terror. When he go in the gym, they all terrorized because he just light them up. One of the best players to ever come out of Chicago. His name is Michael Johnson. And the reason why he's not in the NBA? Because of greed. How many of y'all know who Magic Johnson is? Okay, everybody, right? Okay, all right. Magic Johnson, 17-year-old, thin point guard, but extremely frustrated at these games because we had a coach that did not believe he was a point guard. Telling Magic that is, you might as well put him in jail. If you watch Magic Johnson play, you tell him he can't have the ball, you might as well lock him up.